This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
In a way. You know why I like this? All right, let's talk about this one now. Okay? Here's what I like about what's going on, at least right now, so I can feel somewhat better about all of this. And I think it is important. The collaboration talk. I mean, okay, so you had a front office that was trying to work with you and get you whatever player you needed, right? And they did. And it didn't work a lot of times. They also helped you get a quarterback that you used a lot to win games in Fitzpatrick. They also got you an offensive coordinator that you could not find. Now we're talking about Dable inheriting a defensive staff, Mike McDaniel inheriting a defensive staff. Okay. So they got you an offensive coordinator and you scared him off. So you've got a McKenzie who's helped build teams in Oakland and helped Jack Del Rio, and they got to the playoffs, and they found some pretty damn good players overall on that team. They had no business getting fired. Malik Allen's been part of really good buildups with Atlanta and Kansas City. And so and Greer has his connections. So you've got people willing to work with you, but you don't want to work with them. That doesn't make any sense. If they're people they've been in the league maybe even longer than you, and they have the resources to help you, how are you not going to accept that? So I'd rather have the guy that's going to come in and actually work with these gentlemen so they can actually accomplish the same thing. But if we're going to have Ireland fighting against Sperano and Sperano fighting against Ireland and Philbin and Ireland and Ponte and we got Spielman and Wanstead fighting against each other, and we've got Adam Gase with social distancing from everybody and mother effing everybody and wanting to fire everybody, and you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of been a turmoil type thing every time. And there always seems to be some kind of combative situation in there. Tannenbaum and everything else and a fight for power and all that. And this is not a matter of, hey, who's got the biggest rod here? Like, let's lay it on the table and let's see. No, that's not what this is about. So it's about collaborating and finding out and teaming up and trying to figure this thing out. It's not about one dictator saying this, and this. So they're trying to get people to work together. I don't find anything wrong with that. If you don't get along with your wife or your husband, I don't think your relationship's going to last long. If you've got 1, 2, 3, or like the Marlins, 15 business partners, you need to get along. I think I'm pretty sure Vinny Viola and Doug Sifu get along. Right? So there has to be collaboration. There has to be chemistry in anything in life. I don't care what it is, dude. If you play on a marching band, if you have a sales team, if you have a radio station, if you have a car wash, if you have a football team. So the fact that we're almost I feel like we see people in the media and fans kind of making fun about finding collaboration. And it's like, I'm sorry, what's wrong with that? I see the Giants are trying to collaborate. They understand they got a young coach. The young coach understands not easy to find an entire staff. So he's willing to inherit the defensive staff that's there. He's inheriting the quarterback because he thinks he can still work with that quarterback. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. You look at Mr. Schultz, who Jordan Schultz is a very good reporter. And Jordan tweeted out yesterday that several NFL executives have told me Mike McDaniel is the best fit for the Dolphins head coaching job. With one saying he thought McDaniel would get the job. I'm told Miami, I'm told, is enamored with McDaniel, innovative running game, and how he'd maximize rising star Jalen Waddle. Then he follows up. He says, source, Mike McDaniel's Dolphins interview spanned much of the day with McDaniel stressing to Chris Greer his plans on how to unlock Tua, wants a quicker passing game, and believes he can win with Tua. Collaboration. Well, what a difference that you get a coach that wants to work with your quarterback. A coordinator that is, obviously, he has offensive mind. Flo doesn't. So if Tua's going to succeed, you need Mike McDaniel. Why? Because he's willing to collaborate. And somehow or another, that's important. I mean, if you're going to have a kid, you got to find a woman to collaborate with. Right? You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with what's going on. I just find it freaking hilarious that we make it sound like it's this, a bad thing. You think I want to work with anybody I don't get along with? No. There has to be collaboration and chemistry with me and Sean. Has to be. That's everything in life, man. So I just find it hilarious how we want to make fun of something that makes a lot of sense. And we've already tried the other way of bring the big name and just, let them run roughshod through the franchise. And yeah, I love how, when we were talking about the whole thing with Harbaugh and people were telling me, well, he doesn't even need to interview. Well, of course he does. You need to know what he wants to do. Because if he wants to just change up the entire organization, it sets it all back. Right now, you're really not getting set back. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. If you keep the defensive staff going, you keep the scheme going, you bring most of the players back, there's chemistry there. There was never any chemistry on offense. So whatever you're doing on offense is already a positive from what's been going on the last year anyways. But if you bring somebody else in that wants to change the defense, now you've got to change everything. So yes, that all would have to be talked about on how you're going to handle everything. And again, as I started in the prior conversation, there's no guarantees. None. Zero. Even if you do like Harbaugh, even if I think you're out of your effing mind to think that Harbaugh is the answer, you still don't know. Mike McDaniel still could be the better option for you in the NFL right now. That's what you don't. I mean, what I saw from Jim Harbaugh, on offense in Michigan was offensive. I mean, if you're bringing me Lincoln Riley, okay, dude, hey, man, I got you. I'm not going to argue with you. You're bringing me somebody innovative. You're bringing me Lane Kiffin. Oh, yeah, dude, yeah. You know what I saw at Michigan? Are you effing kidding me, bro?
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.